This week's vlog is really special. So last week I introduced my much awaited series called Bagicha, which is inspired by nature and the wonderful colors and hues all around. And I thought, why don't I pick up one of the paintings from the collection and paint with you guys together. It is one of the favorites amongst the entire series. It's called the Lotus Vase. So I started by creating a rough sketch with loose hand over paper. For this painting, I wanted the background to be very natural. So I started by brushing the paper with plain water. Now, without letting the paper to dry off, I use a little bit of brown color. I've used dark brown from Fevicryl, and I use this color in a very little amount, and I start applying it in random strokes. What you see now is a very raw, natural, vintage paper look effect that is there, over which I will be drawing this painting. I've used cobalt blue as the color of the vase, since the lotus are going to be of bright pink, so I wanted a contrasting color to create a beautiful hue in the painting. Having a rough sketch outlined always helps when you need to fill in the color. So this painting from the Bagicha series is inspired by an original art form of India that originated around 400 years ago, and this style of painting is called as Pichwai. Pichwai paintings essentially depict Lord Krishna in the various leelas with moon, lotus blooms, peacocks, parrots, cows, lush vegetation all around, and that is what you will find plenty in the surroundings of such paintings. And I picked up one of the elements, which is the blooming lotus. The maximum time this painting took was in creation of the leaves, because there were a lot of them, and thankfully I had created a rough sketch which then made it a little easier for me. And the rough sketch always helps, because then you need to just fill in the color and you can always modify it as per how the painting is taking its form and shape. If we look around, India has such beautiful art forms that exist, and if we even try to learn one art form in totality, it's just so beautiful, and adding an element of an Indian art form in your home adds that touch, brings out the essence of the Indian culture. So for the lotus, I've used three colors. I've used crimson red, I've used neon pink, and I've used a little bit of white as well. And I'll mix all the three colors to create a wonderful bright hue of pink that I wanted for my lotus. The lotus is a symbol of purity, beauty, and enlightenment, and in Pichwai paintings, the lotus is often depicted in various stages of blooming, representing the journey of the soul from darkness to the light. You need to have a lot of patience when you're creating Pichwai art, because sometimes, as simple as it looks, it takes a lot of time, because there are a lot of small elements that need to be hand painted with a lot of patience. I guess that's the beauty of painting. It's one of the attributes that I learned through painting was a lot of patience, because you need to wait for the color to dry up. You need to wait to let the effect of color settle in on paper or on canvas or whatever medium you're painting it on. Painting does teach you a lot of patience, because if you do not have that patience to let the color settle in, you will completely mess up the painting. As much as I show you this painting getting completed in 9 to 10 minutes, it took almost me 2 hours to complete this painting in totality. So, we all have a habit of scribbling something on the paper, especially when we were kids. And I remember when I was a kid, there were 2 things that I always used to draw at the back of my notebook. I don't know why. I really have no idea why. And while painting this, I realized one of the things that I used to paint was lotus. And the other thing, as much funny as it sounds, was the face of a Mickey Mouse. So people make stars, people make hearts. I don't know why, but I always used to make lotus, and I always used to make the face of Mickey Mouse. So yeah, this painting was a little remembrance of my childhood as well in school, and I was literally smiling while I was painting this Pichwai painting. I hope you too enjoy and have a smile on your face when you create the version of your painting, and I'll see you next week in the next art vlog. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.